Hang on just a minute. Let me get this recorded, get it started, and then give me just a second here. Usually I have I don't think I even brought it in. I usually have a sphere, but yeah, I guess I didn't even bring it in. Okay then. All right then.
You want your sack?
No, it's all outside. It's all out in the car. So it's okay. I've got my tower. I'm good. So just mainly me connecting for a minute. So
we did a soul reading before, and you told me I was Pleiadian, and I've been going down the rabbit hole ever since. I've even been looking at my human design chart and my gene keys and my name and my blood type. So many things. But you told me I had like I didn't have like choices on my path. And that I wasn't really here to help like humans. I was here to help the veil, or the other side of the veil. I've always felt, it kind of sounds so bizarre saying out loud, but I feel like when I was little, so I feel like my whole life I've been getting like channels, but I didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've talked to the devil when I was little. He came to me. And I feel like I've also like talked to God, and I have like a very close connection with Jesus. I want to know what that connection is and what's so special about my children, because I know there's something very like, I feel like there's something very special about them. I want, obviously, like, who am I and my purpose? How can I, what are my gifts and how can I strengthen them? Like what do I do next? Like, how do I protect the veil? And I'm a contradiction. Like, I'm everything. I could be anything. I just absorb everything else. And it's sometimes hard to know what's my thought or what's an implant or what's a channel almost. And I have a lot of pieces and I'm trying to like fit them together.
So let's start with the first question there, about when the first, so when you ask a question, it's like I have to go in and pull out this file out of your thing and look at it. So the first part is that part of the reason that you're not here to help humans is because even though your soul is Pleiadian, when it's here on Earth, it's got a few different terms. So you're kind of, and I wish I could, there's not a people word for it, but you're basically a mediator. This is why you can channel. This is why you can talk to both sides of an issue, but you're also from more of an angelic realm than normal human souls are. That's why you have no problem channeling. That's why you have no problem understanding what they're saying, no matter what language they're speaking to you in. It's also why you have a lot of people that come to you for no reason. You're like, why are you telling me this? Like, I don't know you, you know, why? Or people that you come across that are, maybe they're airing their dirty laundry on social media or whatever, and you don't know them, but you're like, man, if I knew you, I could give you the answer exactly why. You know exactly what they need to do. And not in a bossy way, but just like, it's like you hear it back here, like this is what they need to do, because you're channeling a collective energy of otherworldly beings, angels, demons, etc. You're channeling all of that. And so A, it's overwhelming, and B, it's very, very draining because it's on all the time and you don't know how to shut it off really. So being on all the time is also, on top of being draining, it's exhausting to a level that you can't explain to anybody how exhausted you are. But at the same time, it's not so much physical exhaustion, it's a deep soul exhaustion because you can't shut it off. So you're going to have to learn how you can close a door to it and open the door when you want to, because it's going to start causing you a lot of health problems. I have a feeling it already is, but they're going to start getting worse and worse and worse and worse because it's so much otherworldly energy that the meat sack you're in can't quite handle all of it. So you're going to really have to start learning how to close that door and only open it when you want to open it. So.
Okay. Boundaries.
Yep.
I'm not good with those.
Most souls that operate in that realm aren't. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I can feel like my health. I feel it's a different kind of it. It's like I can't move my arms. It's like, but it's also like in my heart. It's just like it's like I don't know how to, it's like I can't sleep. I'm not like tired, but I'm drained.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do I learn how to do that?
So some of it is going to be, a lot of it is strengthening your own mental abilities. You're going to have to, it's there, you know how to do it. You just have to remember, basically. It's literally with you have to envision your door as being a huge steel door with the brads on it and everything that has to be closed. And it only needs one lock because no one can get through it once you close that door. It only needs one lock. And you have the lock. You just have to, when it gets overwhelming, you have to start shutting it a little bit every day. So that way, when it gets overwhelming, you can mentally shut that door and cut that off. But you need to start, what you need to start doing is with just 15-20 seconds of meditation a day. When your brain is quiet, I would say either whether it's first thing in the morning or when you're about to go to bed at night, whatever, when your brain is quiet, you need to close your eyes for 15-20 seconds, envision that door and envision you putting your hand on it and shutting it, just literally shutting it. And then everything goes quiet. Do that it's going to take you about a week and a half to get to where you can instantly shut that door, and then start putting the lock on it and leaving it shut a little bit longer. Don't leave it shut too long, not right at first, because you don't want to shut the ability off. You don't want to completely close it off. You just want to be able to open it and shut it when you want to. So it's going to be a learning process for you. It's going to take you a couple months to learn how to completely shut it and not let anything through.
It's when I close my eyes, I try to see things, but it's just like black, or like maybe like a one color speck or something. So like, is it just like my thoughts? Is that what they mean? Just with my thoughts thinking it? Okay.
And the more you do it, the more you think, okay, I have a steel door, it's really dark in the middle. It has all the brads around the edges. Get really detailed with it. Get really, really detailed with it. You'll know exactly what your door looks like. Get really detailed with it. And go through in your mind and kind of in your imagination and build that door every time, and then shut it. It take 5 or 10 seconds to build it in your head, and then shut it for 5 or 10 seconds, and then open it back up. But like I said, it's going to take you a couple months to get it to where you can instantly picture the door and instantly shut the door. So that way, when you're out and about, before you even get out of your car, okay, door is shut. I'm here to do my shit. Like, I'm not here to do your shit.
Yeah.
because it's going to help you tremendously when you're dealing with people, when you're just at the store, things like that. It will help you not be as exhausted, and it will help take some of the stress off your physical body.
That'll help me too, because I honestly like avoid going out places
Mhm.
now because it's too much sometimes.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, I hide in my house and I hide away from everybody.
Yeah.
But I feel like I need to go out and experience and like learn, um, but in like a healthy way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. And a lot of it is because that door is wide open. So you're channeling everything for everybody all the time.
Yeah. I feel like I could hear people's thoughts,
Mhm.
or like it's it's weird.
Imagine if you had a radio that played every station around you at the same time. But I mean, if you even just imagining that, that's overwhelming. But if you had a radio station or a radio that played every single station in the world at the same time, it would be deafening. You wouldn't be able to hear, to understand anything at all.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where you're at. Every now and then you can pick out a word. Every now and then you can pick out something, you know what I mean? But it's just so much stacked on top of each other that you can't ever pick anything out that you
That's,
want to pick out. You know does that make sense?
that makes absolute sense. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like. I have all this information and all these images or whatever coming at me,
Mhm.
and like I'm trying to pick which ones, but I either just miss them or I pick the wrong ones.
Mhm.
Sometimes I get it right, but then that's like luck.
Mhm.
So yeah, that definitely makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. No, like I said, it's going to take you a couple months, and it's going to get frustrating, but there's going to come a time when you shut the door to just walk into a store or something. And when you come out, you're going to go, oh my God, I did it. And when you hit that moment, that's when it's going to be easy to just shut.
So how can I like what are like okay, what are my gifts and how do I strengthen them? I know you told
So
me manifestation and obviously like feeling people's shit.
yeah. So here's the thing. Well, the first thing I would work on would be that channel aspect, because that one right there, being able to control it, to shut the door, is going to allow the other ones to be stronger. Because right now
Okay.
you've got every bit of radio, all the radio stations in the world on. So they're like this. And so all your other gifts are like, hey, I'm over. Hey, it's kind of like a dog, like a kid trying to get attention, like mom. So you're going to have to learn to shut that door, to control it better first, to just pick out the one radio station you want to listen to. That's going to help you concentrate more on manifesting. Manifestation is really just concentrating on something to make it happen. Everybody has a different method that they do. So I would look up different methods of manifestation. And I don't think that you're going to find anybody's specific one that you're like, oh God, that's it. You need to take pieces from everybody's and make your own way of doing it. Because they're all great. Like all the ways of doing different manifestation is great, but you need to make your own, because there's going to be times when you need to manifest something that deals with those channeling, the things you're getting. You need to deal with something that helps you move other people. And when I say move other people, as in move their emotions out of your way or whatever. Once you have your manifestation down and you have it, and another way that you can train yourself to do the manifestation is little bitty things at a time. So don't tackle something humongous like a move across the country or making $5,000 a week, or you know what I mean? Like something little bitty. start doing those things and make sure that you write them down, that you record them in some way.
Okay.
So that way you have the physical proof in your mind when you go back and go, okay, this happened exactly how I manifested it, not just thinking, oh, well, maybe that would have happened anyway. You know what I mean? Like you need that physical proof to see, because that's going to make your ability, it's going to make you trust your ability more.
I need that proof.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll help. It'll help. And one of the things that this is just something that I do, because I'm always second guessing things and going, well, if somebody saw that, they would say, if I just hand wrote it, they would say, well, you could have written that earlier. You could have done that just now. I will email things to myself. I have 2 email addresses and I will email things to myself. So it always has a time and day stamp on it. And that way I can look back and I'll put the subject line in, and that way I can look back and go, okay. It wasn't a red car. It was a green car, or it was a maroon car, or you know what I mean? Something like that.
I found something that I had written on December 21st, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote, what I remember was that I'm like, things that I was being drawn to, like quantum physics and Nikola Tesla, and I was talking about that whatever the things that I'm thinking are happening or coming true
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And it was like, it's just how bizarre it was. And I like I write down things a lot. Every once in a while, I haven't in a while, but I used to write things down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just came across it the other day, and then the significance of the date and everything, I just thought was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. That is funny. That's funny too, that you were interested in those 2 things, because quantum physics,
more.
Quantum physics deals a lot with frequencies and movement beyond what we can see, and energies and things like that. And Tesla was obsessed with energy and things. So that's very interesting that those are the things that you've been interested in for a while now. So once you get the doorway, the manifestation, that will help you. Well, the doorway itself will help you too. It will help you kind of cut through other people's emotions and them overwhelming you and you feeling them all the time. So that will be something that you're going to find is one of the keys to helping you be a little stronger in your own emotions, because right now you're channeling everybody's emotions all the time. There's no stop. So once you learn to shut that door, there will be a lot of emotions that will help. Well, not help. They will almost stop in a way.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. And learning to shut that door also will help you learn to shut that door on other people's emotions. So when you're out and about around family or whatever, there's always that one person in the family that is very high energy or very negative, or, they're very gossipy or whatever. It will help you build a door for each one of them. Okay, I'm shutting your door. Your door is green. I'm shutting it. I'm shutting the green door. I'm shutting the red door, whatever. Assign each of them a colored door or a side, you know what I mean? Whatever helps you keep it straight. Assign them a door and shut the door to their emotions. Like, you can still hear them. They can still talk to you. They can do whatever, but you've shut that door with their emotions. Like, their emotions are not allowed past that anymore. So working on that door with all the channeling will help with that as well. Just the being overwhelmed, the channeling, that right there is going to make a tremendous amount of difference in you moving forward, because while those 3 things are humongous gifts and they're a main part of who you are, you can't work with here's the other where the quantum physics and Tesla tie back in. You can't work with healing the veil, and you can't work with working with things on the other side of it if all of this stuff is still overwhelming. So it's too hard for you to completely connect with those frequencies, with those energies and et cetera on the other side of the veil, when you have everything over here piling up on you. So you
Okay.
can't really even fulfill your soul's path because it's just too much on you at one time.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Because I feel like that's what kind of why I wanted this done, is just because I feel like everything's been piling up on me. I have so much catching up to do. Like, I'm so much more capable, and like I have some shit I need to do.
Mhm.
And I need to get my shit together like now.
Yeah,
So,
and a lot of people are feeling like that. Part of why you're feeling like that is because, I mean, the veil needs repaired really badly. And so what's left of it, when it goes down on Samhain on the 31st, it's not going to come back. So a lot of us that we're here for that reason, it's like a rush. Like it has to be done right now, even though you're like, I don't know what to do. It has to be done right now.
yeah.
So it's going to take you a bit to learn to shut that door. So just when you get frustrated, remind yourself, I'm doing it as much as I can each day. And if there's some days when you're overwhelmed and you're just like, fuck, I forgot to work on that, work on shutting that door. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. But, ooh, these always make me yawn. It's a lot. So don't beat yourself up when you don't get it like this, because it's going to take a while for you to learn that.
Okay.
So just remind yourself that when you get frustrated.
I will.
Mhm.
I'm very
I know.
impatient and very hard on myself. I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist.
Mhm.
Okay. um
So you'll have to read me some of your other ones there, because I know you.
okay. What is my connection to, like, Jesus? Do I have a connection to Jesus, or
Well, that's part of what I was talking about in the very beginning there, is that because your human part of your soul is from that aspect, that's why you're channeling all that. You have a deep connection with him. You also have a deep connection with the other side. So that, like you were talking about as a kid, talking, to whoever it was that manifested you, whether it was the devil, whether it was Beelzebub, whoever it was that you were speaking to there, you have a very deep connection with both sides because you're a channel for both sides. So what's interesting about that is that they both see you as a neutral party.
okay? Why?
Well, I mean, there really is no why. It's just that's the role of your soul. There's a lot of people that have a soul like that, and they don't understand what it is because maybe they don't this time around operate in that realm. But there's been people throughout history that why are this making me so tired? Good Lord.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Part of it is trying to find the words where there aren't words to try to explain some of this. So I'll just describe it. So if you have one side and then the other, and then you have a row of people literally in the middle. So it'd be like, okay, here's a better example. Like when the Berlin Wall was up, and you had, East Berlin on one side, and you had West Berlin on the other. And really they only had phones to talk to each other, and that was about it. So if you imagine the Berlin Wall as people, as souls, and whenever I see them in the file or whatever you want to call it, they're glowing white, and they just literally stand in this big line. And on one side is what people would call good, on one side is what people would call bad. But that white line, those people are a neutral party. They're Switzerland. They're there to communicate with either side. So there are people that you come across each day that are on either side of that. Not so much people, entities, beings, whatever. This is why they all want to talk to you. A, because you can channel both sides, and B, because you are that neutral party. So they know when they talk to you, you're not going to instantly, this is a bother part for the side that we would consider good too. You're not instantly going to bow down and be like, oh, okay. You're going to listen to him and go, okay, well, here's what needs to happen or whatever. On this side, they know that when they come to you, you're not going to tremble in fear. You're not going to immediately shut them off because of what side they're on. You're going to say, okay, here's what needs to happen on this. And if something needs to go back and forth, that's what your role is to go back and forth. That's why you're here to repair the veil. And that's why you're here to help things on the other side, because you are that neutral party in the middle. You're the border, and they can go back and forth. So that's why it's so important for you to master turning that on and off, because when you can master turning it on and off, you can pull out just the messages and the things that you need right then, not the billions of ones that are stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
So that's why you have a lot of beings like that have a connection to you, because you are that line, that neutral party. So they can talk, you know how everybody has a friend that's always going to be neutral and see both sides of things, and you can talk to them like a friend. You don't have to hold shit back. That's the way you are with both sides.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I always get sucked into each side.
Mm-hmm.
Like one person will tell me their side and I completely understand it, and then the opposing side, they'll tell me and then I completely understand what they said.
Yep.
And just like you were saying, sometimes I feel like I can see what they should do if I don't get sucked in like emotionally. I can see what they are supposed to do. And I used to be like, I feel like I'm getting better at like separating my emotions. But I definitely will get, there's still a lot of triggers, you know?
Yeah. And that's the other part of closing that door, and really practicing closing it will help you deal with the empathic side of things too, where you'll be able to shut other people's emotions out. And it's going to be easier for you to do that with family and friends that you know, because you know their energy, you know what kind of person they are, you know, you already know if they're really negative or if they're neutral, or if they're, you know, that overwhelmingly positive all the time. You know their energy inside and out because you've been around them for a long time. So it's much easier for you to control that door. So once you start doing that, and it's going to be the same thing. You're just going to realize one day, like, oh my God, I was able to like shut that off. So I didn't have to deal with, you know, Aunt Susan's bullshit, you know, or her negativity or whatever. You're going to find that you're able to do that in public a lot more. Once you hit that realization and seeing, oh my God, I did that. Next time you go to the store, you can just like door, like you're going to be.
I feel like I kind of had that moment a couple of weeks ago. There was like a situation with like a new friend sort of, and she's got like super emotional about something. We had an opposing, it was something political, and I was trying to stay like neutral, like, yes, I voted for this person, but I don't really like either. And I think I don't want to fight. That's not my and she was like, well, anybody who voted for Biden, the blood of those 13 American soldiers on their hands and stuff. And I always have to be like, throw my like facts out there, and it wasn't even about that. I just saw that she was in pain. I didn't see it for like the surface level stuff. I saw like she was like hurting, and her husband's in the service. He was a Marine, so it was like something personal to her. And then she came back later and apologized, and actually said she's grateful that it happened with me because it teaches her how to talk to people who have a different opinion.
Mhm.
And I thought it was really cool of both of us. I thought it was like a really cool moment. It was like I could like feel like the specialness of it, like, you know, um and I was proud of myself
Good,
for
you
not
should
like
be.
for not going, oh.
You should be, you should be. And that's a good thing to have happened, because now you know that feeling of, oh my God, I did it. So once you get that feeling and it gets stronger and stronger, the more you shut those doors and so on, you know the feeling. So you'll know, oh, okay, I'm doing it right now. Cool. And that knowing that you're doing it helps you continue to do it, because it's a good feeling to know that you're controlling something, especially being a Virgo. I mean, being a Capricorn, I understand. It's a good feeling of knowing that you're controlling yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's really the only thing we can do is control ourselves. So knowing you're controlling yourself and controlling your abilities, and every time you do that and you control your abilities, you're strengthening them, because you're training yourself to raise and lower whatever it is you're utilizing at that moment. And so realizing that always is a good thing, because your brain teaches your brain, your meat sack brain, to go, oh, okay, this is how I make this stronger or lower it down. So the more you're able to do that, the better.
Okay. I like that. So instead of like doing like exercises to like whatever, just
Work on
work on
control first.
controlling
Yep. Mhm.
it.
Yep. Work on control first. And that way you'll start to feel, and I have to put that in air quotes because it's not a feeling and it's not something you physically feel, but you do. Once you feel that you're controlling the flow of something, or you're shutting that door and then you're opening it, once you feel that control and you know what it feels like, it's easy to pinpoint, okay, this is how this feels, so now I'm going to turn the dial up a little bit. So now that I've controlled what comes in and out of that door when I'm channeling, now I can pinpoint just this message here, and I can turn it up a little bit so I can gather more of that message. Instead of just picking out 4 words, now you're picking out a paragraph. So learning to control it will help you amplify those abilities as you're controlling them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because I'll learn through it'll play itself out like a story kind
Mhm.
of.
Exactly.
I can see those things happening. Like I've been saying for like the past year that it's been I can tell when that happens, like situations stacking up to like a staircase or whatever, or like I don't even know how to put these things into words, but like those like aha moments, like
Mhm.
where I can go back and like see myself doing whatever brought me to there or whatever, and like the questions that I had, and then just like a random thing in the background when I'm getting the answer to not a random thing, but it'll be random in the background, but it won't be random to me.
Mhm.
To
Yeah.
let me know that like I'm on the right path. But I second guess like you, and I overanalyze everything
Mhm.
to where like I don't know which way is left and which way is right, or like you said, I'm just like lost.
Well, one of the things that I really had to learn, and I really had to start making myself realize, is that I can only control myself. I can't control anything else. And in controlling myself and controlling how I respond to things, how I don't respond to things, if I respond at all, it's gotten much easier to control not just my thoughts, but my abilities as well. So that will help you is learning, okay, I can't control everything. It is what it is with them. You know, I can control how I respond to it, and that's it. So letting those things go and letting things be what they are with some people is the hardest. I mean, it is, I understand, you know, the Virgo aspect with the Capricorn, it's hard as hell to not try to control and make everything perfect or make everything happen the way you feel it should happen. So once you start just working on controlling yourself and your emotions and letting everything else be what it is with other people, it gets much easier. It gets much, much easier.
Okay. Yeah, because it sucks now sometimes. I mean, it is getting better and better. But I just like, yeah. And it feels just like I keep like forcing myself to like suffer.
Mhm.
And I'm like I feel like I can never be like truly like content or whatever, because I'm just gonna, I don't even need anybody else to screw it up. I'm gonna screw it up.
Mhm.
I want to stop screwing up.
Does your husband have that problem too?
Yeah, he's a Virgo. We have the same birthday.
Oh my God. So some of that probably is that you both have that feeling, but you have it way worse because you're also feeling his side of it. So not being able to control that empathic abilities, you're soaking in his need to control things and his need for things to be perfect. And also that, well, I'm just going to fuck it up anyway. So you're soaking all of his stuff in and it's compiling onto yours as well. You can't help but do that whenever you're married to somebody. You start really, really mirroring, especially very strong empathic people. You start mirroring their abilities and their skills, and you start soaking in more of theirs because being an empath, you soak their shit in anyway. And I'm sure he feels much better when he's around you and he can vent to you and so on, because you literally take it and just take it away from him. So
Yeah.
it helps him relax, but now you've got all of it on you. So you've also got to learn how to let that go. And also you need to be more like a dialysis machine for him instead of taking everything on, because that causes a lot of stress on your body as well. A lot of physical problems can come out of that. So learning how to let it go is going to be key for you going forward. So,
Okay.
and one of the best ways to let it go, it kind of depends what you prefer. I'm a water person. My earth self loves the water. So I love taking super hot showers or sitting in a hot bath and just letting it soak off me, letting the water run off me. But I mean, I also like going outside and just touching trees or walking in the grass or whatever. There's tons of different ways you can kind of ground yourself and let that go, but you need to learn that, okay, you need to make it a little ritual almost. So like if I've had a really hard day and I'm going to go take a shower and let things wash off, I make it into a ritual as I'm, getting undressed to get in the shower. I have certain things I say to myself, I'm taking not only my, the clothes I've worn today off, but I'm peeling everybody's junk off me that I've taken on. And when I get in the shower, I envision and I say to myself, as I'm just kind of watch the water roll and just I envision it washing everybody's junk off that I've taken, because you take people's junk no matter where or what you're doing. Even if you're just at the store, at Walmart, walking by somebody, you might walk by somebody that just lost a parent, and then you might walk by somebody that just had a whole bunch of a bonus come in, so they got a bunch of money, and then somebody over here has had a problem with their kids. So it's the highs and the lows, and they all stick to you because most people have no idea how to control their emotions, and so they're just out there wherever. So when you're an empath, you're a magnet for that shit. And so you're going to take some of it. So people you didn't even talk to, you've got their shit stuck on you. So you've got to get it off. So yeah.
And my kids, they've been going through a lot. Well, especially like my teenage son. Um, he's struggled a lot with like depression and anxiety. And so it's like you can never truly be happy like when your child is hurting.
Mhm. I
So
understand that on a very deep level. How old is he?
13.
So in going through a lot of that, what has he always been kind of a different kid?
Yeah. I actually started looking up things when he was little. Um and I got brought into like the indigo children.
Mhm.
Because I thought a lot maybe he might have autism or something. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But he struggles a lot with like emotional things, and he's just lives in a very like he just doesn't love himself. um his biological father was abusive, so I left, so he never met him.
Mhm.
um and I don't think my husband's the greatest stepfather to him, and I've told him. um but I think like he loves him, and I think he wants what's best for him. I think he just has so many issues himself. He just doesn't. It's hard with my son, and he isn't playing like the rules. He's being stubborn. I feel like, Um, I'm like, well, he's the child. You're the parent.
Mhm.
Um, but I feel like there's no matter like how much I love and adore and praise him, and how many times I tell him, and how nothing I do has ever really kind of worked. I've always had to just roll with the punches.
Mhm.
um, but I mean, he's amazing. He's the sweetest, kindest, brilliant. Like everything he does, he's good at, but he just doesn't see it.
Yeah.
And he thinks when I say this to him that I'm just being like his mom, and like, moms have to say that, or I'm just like, um, whatever. But I genuinely like am in awe of him. um, so it's
Have you
yeah.
looked up any of the other star seeds at all? I don't think he's an indigo child. There's a lot of star seeds that are some of the types that haven't been seen a lot of, that are being given to parents that are star seeds, that have special abilities and so on, because they know they can handle those children. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's killing me. There's a specific type I was trying to think of a while ago, and it's driving me up the damn wall. So
I feel like,
hopefully I
yeah,
won't
the
lock my
world
computer up.
has all these answers for how I'm supposed to tackle these issues with him. And I'm like, I've tried everything. I've done all of the things, and that doesn't work. Like
Mhm.
he it's I just have to listen to myself, but then he rejects everything about me and rejects me. So it's like I can't ever win.
Mhm.
So it's like I guess that's normal teenager stuff, but then like with everything else with him, it's just so hard.
Mhm. I'm just trying to look this up for you, and it's like I've locked my computer up now. But
That's
my
like
phone's almost dead, so it's on the charger. So I'm like, okay
I
then.
I can look that up though. I'm gonna write that
Well,
down.
there's
writing-
one particular one that I'm trying to find, and it's driving me nuts, so. There we go.
I-
Oh my God. But yeah, there's one particular one that I was trying to find, so.
He was supposed to be born on Halloween, but he was born on November 4th. And then so my husband and I have the same birthday. My youngest and my youngest sister have the same birthday.
Mhm.
And my middle child, her birthday is half of what my third child's birthday is. Like it's 3/11 and then 6/22. And then
Mhm.
my husband has a daughter with somebody else. Her birthday is 10/3 and my son's is 11/4. I have the same birthday as Prince Harry. Like we were born like less than 2 hours apart.
That's funny.
And my sister's a couple of years difference, but his brother's birthday is June 21st, I think, and my sister's birthday is June 22nd. So then there's all those. It's just I always see like these numbers, and my sister and I always see 12/27.
That's interesting.
Both of us, like I didn't know that was like her number too, and I was like, what? She's like, I always see it. I was like, me too. That's such a random number. It's not like the regular numbers that everybody sees all the time.
Uh-huh. All right. This is killing me here. I was trying to go slow because I'm trying to find one specific word in here. Not word, but like one specific thing. I may end up having to look it up here in a minute and send it to you. But there's one particular type of starseed that they're very emotionally advanced. And so when they come here, they have a problem dealing because their meat suit is not built for that. But they are insanely intelligent. They get into something and get very, very passionate about it, and they can't let go of it. And so, yeah, if I could ever get this to work. Yeah. It's killing me now. I'm like, damn it, it's killing me. There we go. Just about the time I'm ready to close it out, then it's like, no, I'm just kidding.
Always. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Psych.
You've got to stop doing that. So shit. Okay. Well, fuck it. I will find it and send it to you because it's gonna, I'm worried that if I keep going, it's gonna lock up everything else too.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
But yeah, it's an interesting type of RC that they're coming here more and more and more because they're being given to parents that can handle them. And of course, if the parent doesn't understand, you know, what their soul is, where their soul is from, then they don't handle them in the way they need to. So
Yeah. Like I've felt like I've had to like push him sometimes, like, you know, with his social anxiety and everything. And I feel like it just kind of backfire. I don't know. A lot of times he always, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to look into that more. 'Cause I'm
yeah,
always,
I'll send it to you. I'll find it and send it to you because now my whole computer is locking up. I've screwed it up. So
so okay, so I got your astral travel tea.
Mhm.
I'm so scared. I thought it was astral projection at first.
Mhm.
If I ping the interest of things on both sides, would that be like,
So are you talking about the Blue Raven tea?
what did I get? Let me go grab it. I got 3 different ones.
Oh, gotcha.
I got, just got them the other day. I got the Dream Walker tea.
Okay.
I got, oh yeah, the Blue Raven.
Okay. So
So-
with that one, it's not so much going to shove you into the astral plane where you have to worry about pinging the interest of anything. So you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't design them for that because I don't want people that don't know how to protect themselves intentionally doing it. So it's more to help you connect. It's more to help you do a little traveling without completely leaving and going there, if that makes sense.
Okay. That sounds perfect.
Yeah, it's like going in a safety bubble.
I like safety bubbles. I'm tired of getting hurt. And
Yep.
actually, we saw a thing. They had backpacks that if you fall, it's like a airbag. And my husband was like, "So you have to walk around in a bubble now?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, I would kind of like to like do whatever the heck I want to do and not worry about getting hurt."
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
let me stop this so it can be processing, hopefully. Okay, good. I was like, oh, great. I've locked it up where it can't even process.
Oops. Oh no. Oop.